All right, welcome back. It's the Friday edition of Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV. Dow down 500, but well off its lows of the day. Picked up about 400 from a little earlier today. And we're going to keep our eyes on this market closely here. You should be doing the same. Somebody that knows a heck of a lot about the markets and all things, to be honest. My good friend Tom Kehoe is here. He's the CEO of Kingsbridge Strategies.
How are you?
Trade advisor to the USDA and the USTR. Tom, so I know you wanted to talk a little bit about the Bernie Biden senior citizen smackdown.
Well, that's what you're calling it.
Yeah.
You know, Joe Biden, and God bless him, I think it's going to be an interesting race with the president, but he's touting himself now as the comeback kid. Maybe he should call himself Lazarus too, because he definitely was dead a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. But I think he really created or presented himself more as an alternative to people that just could not vote for Bernie. And Bloomberg was done, as we talked about earlier.
You think when the Democratic Party, now they have a binary choice. I call it good versus evil, but you want to go with a socialist or you want to go with a moderate. And I think most of the Democrats I know, they're going to go moderate before they want to turn our country over to socialists.
Well, I don't know how moderate Biden is. I mean, he was lockstep with Obama on all of his policies, and I didn't consider Obama a moderate, but look, compared to Bernie, this is a moderate. I mean, everybody's a moderate. Every one of us is a moderate compared to Comrade, Bernie. So, look, Bernie has stayed on message, even though he sounds like an old Borscht Belt grandpa. He's stayed on message. He doesn't get too rattled. He just keeps, saying the same message. Biden gets rattled, and gets very rattled, and he can't remember where he is and what his gaffes. Look, the president's had a few gaffes too.
Yeah, of course.
But live TV does that, as you know, and when you.
I never have any gaffes.
I know
Tom.
you don't.
You know that.
It's Nico that has the gaffes, right?
Yeah.
Nico and Frank.
No,
where are you,
let me
Frank?
tell you, my team, best in the business.
That's right.
That's all I can say.
They're great.
But and that's why we bring you on. You're the best in the business.
Well, you guys, you're fun. You're a fun show to be on too. It's lively and you have good guests. Some of the other guests that were here earlier, just they're interesting people.
Well, thank you, Tom.
Thanks, John.
I know you might want to report that back at home base
back
for
up.
me. Nah, but my viewers are speaking to us all the time, telling us, about how they feel that we're doing great things. We do stuff a little different here. Look at the lighter side of stuff.
Sure.
But
well, you still get the job done. You're still covering the bases. You're still covering what has to be covered.
And there's, if I haven't mentioned this 1,000 times this week, that's why we're on Newsmax, because it's the fastest growing cable network in America, going to 70 million homes. And if it's not on your cable provider, you better call them and tell them I want my Newsmax, because we got all kinds of great stuff going on.
That's right.
Like my friend Tom Kehoe. I got to leave it there, friend. We had a little issues before, but thank you very
John,
much for
thank
coming
you.
down. Thank you for being there. Don't go anywhere. Great guest coming up next. Brandon Straka is going to be here. He's the founder of the Walk Away movement, of a bunch of, I think, pretty smart young people who are quickly and growingly walking away from this progressive Democrat Party. Quick break. Brandon Straka right after this.